Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to another video. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Ryan Beach and I make videos about how to get the most out of your practice sessions. In today's video, we're gonna be talking about one of the things I think is just basically the most important thing that we need to take into the practice room to make sure that we're gonna get the most amount out of it. And I was inspired to make a video about this by having a conversation with one of my friends who spent a lot of time in his career struggling with things like articulation and multiple tonguing, and seeing that no matter how much work he seemed to do and no matter how many lessons he took, he just seemed to struggle and not be able to really figure out how to make things sound easier or be able to sort of increase speed and efficiency and things like that. He and I were just talking the other night about his journey through trying to figure things like articulation and multiple tonguing out. And one of the things he told me was that it was a very important moment. He took a lesson with Barbara Butler, who teaches at Rice University, for those that don't know. And in that lesson, Barbara said to him something along the lines of, you're trying to do things that are too hard for you and you're struggling. What you need to do is be honest with yourself and say, this is where I am. This is what I'm capable of. Now, how do we move forward? I was kind of blown away when he shared this part of the story. It's been a long time since I've studied with Barbara, so I don't remember every single thing that may have been said in a lesson, but this is something that I preach to my own clients and I try to bring into my own practice, the value of being honest with yourself. And the way that he said Barbara described it, I think is spot on. Too many times we have struggles in our practice sessions, and I think what happens is we're playing things that are too hard, and then we think, I can't do this. And really what the problem is we're just playing things again that are too hard, and then we're struggling too much, and we can't ever establish good habits. So it's sort of this self-fulfilling prophecy of a downward spiral, I suppose, if you want to think of it that way. Being able to be honest with yourself and do kind of what Barbara talked about is accept where you're at. It's not a bad thing. We're all at different levels, and we all have different things we're strong at and different things we're weak at. It's no death sentence or no indictment, I suppose, on what you are gonna be capable of someday, but we're not really gonna be able to get there if we don't acknowledge where we are right now. Once we've established where we're at and we've accepted where we're at, it becomes much easier to design practice sessions with the idea of flow state in mind, where the work's not too easy and we're bored, and it's not too hard and we're frustrated or upset or anything like that. One of the most interesting things about that conversation with my friend was that this is something that he teaches his students. He tells his students all the time they need to be honest with themselves. They need to be able to know what they're strong at, what they're weak at, and how they're gonna get better. But he was admitting sometimes, or a lot of times, I don't take my own advice. And I'm really curious to dive into in this video also why, if we all acknowledge that being honest and being real with ourselves is a valuable thing, why don't more of us do it? I think the answer is pretty simple, actually. It just sucks to be that real with yourself. As with anything in life, when we start to become real with ourselves and we pull back some of the layers and we realize we're not as far developed as we want to be, and so instead of acknowledging where we are, we just continue pressing forward, pretending that everything is fine. We shouldn't do this because it doesn't allow us to actually deal with the problem that we're experiencing and then actually be able to move forward in some way. If you find yourself struggling in the practice room, I would encourage you to ask yourself this one simple, but not really that easy question. Am I being real with myself about what I'm good at and what I struggle with? And does my work reflect my actual ability right now in this moment? If you find yourself doing things that are generally too hard for you right now, it might be a good idea to ask yourself what it would look like to make things easier. Do you need to slow things down when you're working? Do you need to find different exercises or possibly different solos to work on to be able to ingrain good habits? There's a number of ways we can adjust the difficulty of something, but I think being willing to back up when we realize we may have just gone a little bit too far for what we're capable of can be humbling to go through, but ultimately it's really what's gonna unlock long-term progress for us in the end. All right, everybody, that's gonna be all for this video. I hope you found it helpful in being able to sort of dissect what some of your struggles might be in your practice sessions and how you might be able to start moving forward if you are. If you have any questions about what we talked about in this episode, I'm gonna leave a link down below for a free 30-minute call that we can have together another where I can help you maybe be a little bit more honest with your practicing, or if you find yourself being honest and realizing that some of your work is a little bit beyond what you're capable of doing and you want to talk about what it is to bring things back and develop good habits, we can do that too. Thanks so much for watching the video. Always remember, stay strong, be kind to yourself, never stop growing, and we'll see you in the next video.